What is going on, my homies? My name is Leo COYS, part of Mile High Hotspur, and I'm wishing you a wonderful start to the year. We are halfway through the season, and with that being said, I thought it would be fitting to kind of give my review basically on the first half of the season. We did start flying from the game, 10 games without a loss. Definitely a very good start to the season. Ange postecoglou's decision making and team selection when it came time for the EFL Cup. You guys may remember we did crash out in penalties, and that was the only negative that I took away from, I guess I could say, the first 10 games. We were playing very well. We were missing a lot of chances, which is a reoccurring theme throughout the whole season, is injuries and missed opportunities. However, we will dive into that in just a minute. After the game against Fulham, I think a lot of us Spurs fans kind of reacted in the same way. Postecoglou, what was that? What were you doing? What were you thinking? He did at a later time come out and say, he just kind of wanted to see what he had to work with. And so that is understandable. We had the game against Liverpool, which was definitely a key match where Liverpool went down a few men and we decided to still let them into the game. They made it a very interesting game. However, we did win. It was shrouded with tons of controversy, and it seems as though since then, some of these 50-50 VAR decisions have not went our way. But that's just my opinion. Which leads me to talk about the game against Chelsea, which I think in any world is always a one-off game. Mauricio Pochettino was coming back to the lane for the first time. This was definitely the Mauricio Pochettino type derby. And it lived up to the hype. Maybe a little more than it should have, right? Injuries to Maddison and Van de Ven were key this game. Suspensions to Romero. We were down by a few men, and we held the highest line ever, and it was something, it was definitely a sight to see. Strange, considering we were used to this Mourinho and Conte style football, and now we were throwing the kitchen sink at you, and it was a very exciting game to watch, albeit the result. And we were very well into the game until the end of the game, honestly. After that Chelsea game, 2 defeats, and a match that we drew against Man City, followed by a couple more defeats. We could have easily, maybe, I think besides the West Ham match, we could have definitely won. I know the Wolverhampton match where Wolves nicked it. We were the better team on the day. We were the better team on the day on most of these matches. But like I said, a reoccurring theme here with these matches would be missed opportunities. And whenever you are missing opportunities, and the other team capitalizes, it only takes one more than you for them to get the winning goal. And in the case of the Wolves game, that is exactly what happened. The Villa game, I want to say we could have easily won that. Again, unfortunate circumstances leads us to not talking about a victory here. But on the day, it could have went either way. And we are scoring a lot more goals than we are letting in. Which at the end of the day, that is the objective of the game, right? I just want to touch a little bit about the injuries. Again, we've been without Mickey Van de Ven, who for me was one of, if not the signings of the season at the point where he came out. And Maddison has not been able to really fly freely. He did pick up the injury as well. We've had tons of suspensions due to accumulation of red cards, accumulation of yellow cards, Yves Bissouma being the main culprit. And of course, we have had Destiny Udogie with his fair share of suspensions. I just want to touch a bit on the injury front. Sessegnon, Perisic, Solomon, Mickey Van de Ven, Maddison. We even had a Udogie in there for a little bit. Sarr is now on that list. Johnson was on that list. Richarlison was on that list. Kulusevski is now on that list. So you're just listening to these names and saying, wow, is that the starting lineup? No, it's actually our team that's in the physio room. Suspensions, just to kind of talk about the discipline going on at our club. Ange Postecoglou has come out and said he's not really too worried about it. Things like this do happen in a football match. However, there is something that needs to be said. Romero has definitely calmed his jets down and has not been the culprit to a lot of these. However, he has been suspended for the accumulation. But if I'm more surprised, it's going to be by Basuma. Basuma's been somewhat of a hothead. And that to me is one of the things that sticks out the most as far as our disciplinary actions and the injuries I touched on. I do want to, however, give some flowers where they are due, and I will have to start with Vicario. You have been a beast in the net. For me, as it stands, Premier League signing of the season and in contention possibly for Premier League Player of the Year. I don't remember the last time a goalkeeper has won that, if ever, but Vicario is doing his shout, his best to get that shout. I feel like Spurs right now, we are on the verge of getting our best team back to being fit. We just got picked up an injury to Veliz, which was very sad to see. You could see he was in a lot of pain at the weekend, and Sarr as well picking up a knock on the weekend. So we've reached the time where some of our important players will be going and playing with their respective countries, and we are going to have to deal with this hiccup as well. We do, however, wish our lads the best as they go off in their international duties. But we can't wait to get you back here at the lane. Just a quick little update, or just a quick little review to give you guys my point of view of this season so far. We're only 3 points off of the top. We're 1 point behind the Filth, who are supposed to be, the next big thing. City are not firing on all cylinders right now, which is why they're in the position they are. And Liverpool right now seem to be the team to beat. However, we are the team that beat them. I'm interested to see where we are going to end up come the end of the season. However, if you have not gone down and dropped a like on the video for my homie Robbie over at Lily White Lane, do so right now. I highly encourage you to hop over to my channel at the Mile High Hotspur, drop a subscribe and a like on any video as well, and we will be catching you very shortly. Come on, you Spurs.